Hello, we're going to be walking through the assembly of our 108 series, which is called a blanket box or a storage bench with a flip top. The 108. So I'm going to be walking through the instructions. They're fairly straightforward. There's one maybe glitch with the hinge, making sure it goes on the right way, but we'll walk through all that together. So here's their set of instructions. I'm going to be going through this. The first step is to take the 4 cross pieces and put the dowels on each end. You can see that just for ease of construction, I have already taken my box, unpacked it all. I've got all my pieces laid out separately. Just off camera here, I've got my screws and my dowels and my hinges all set up, so everything's straightforward. One thing that we notice, first thing I noticed when looking at these pieces, according to the instructions, they're labeled part 4, 5, 6, 7. And it depends on the color that you get. Sometimes you can't really see what these are. This one here, I can clearly see it's a 4. It's got a little round circle with a 4 on it. So that's my number 4. But when I look at what is 5 and 6, I don't see any difference between those. So I'm going to call 4, 5, and 6 all interchangeable. I can't see any difference between those at all. Of course, number 7, it's got the grooves for the hinges to go on the back. So our first step is to put 2 dowels in the end of each of those. Then I'm going to take these, and the next step is for the left side. I call them part 2, part 3. Again, I don't see any difference between part 2 and part 3. Putting these in. So one thing you're going to notice, we have some thin pieces of wood that'll go in as our front and back pieces, and so there's a groove along each of those. And so when you put these cross pieces in, so as I'm looking at this on the left side, this is going to be the left. I need to make sure the slots on these line up. So as I put this on, I'll show you this one to you first. There's a slot here. This slot's going to be lined up there. Obviously, I'm not going to put it in like this. So I'm putting it so all the grooves line up with each other. As I do each piece, I'm just going to screw it in to keep it in place. slots will line up. I personally don't like using a power drill to get them all the way in and tight, because that can easily strip these. So again, this is going to be the left side, this is the back. So this is the piece that has for the hinges. The hinges are going to go towards the back. The screw is lined towards the back. So everything all lines up beautifully. And our last piece. The next step is to put those pieces of wood through the slats. So I've got these over here. Everything lines up beautifully. We'll do the same for the back. So that was step 3 in our instruction guide. Step 4, of course, is to put this piece on and then put the screws in. Fit these in the dowels. Make sure everything fits in the notches of that piece of wood we just slid in. Beautiful. And secure with screws. Now once again, I'll just use a taking these by hand. Okay, that's step number 4. We're now going to set this upright, and step number 5 is to put the bottom, which is just going to fit in here. Put the bottom in, then we'll put the top on. Make sure my workstation is big enough. Looks like it's just big enough for it. And the bottom just fits in. It's got a unstained side, and stained, of course, the stain is out, so it matches all the color. Just like that. And now, part of 10 is we take nails. You can hear it kind of floppy in there. So now what we do is just take some nails and just punch them down there, just to tack those down into place. Just some tiny little nails. I think that's all I'm going to do for now. Of course, at home you're going to use all the nails, make it nice and solid. I'm just setting this up here for display purposes. So, now the step 6, the final step, is to put the hinges on and the brackets on. So I did notice that I did it right, but I made a mistake, although I did it right. The left side and right side are different. The left side, according to the instructions, and I happened to get that right, has 2 little screw holes here at the top for this hinge to go onto. And if you look at the assembly guide, you'll see that on the beginning, hole number 2, we can see the 2 little holes up here. They're actually not on piece number 3. So I got it right. I don't have to take it all apart, but just something to look out for. Hopefully you're watching this video before you assemble it all. So now the next step is to Final step is to put this little hinge on and to put these brackets on. So I've got these hinges. Now you'll see these hinges, they close all the way one way, but they don't the other way. Of course, when we want it closed, we want it completely closed. So you're gonna go like that, and you're gonna put them in, line up the holes and put those screws in. I'll do that first. It's generally good practice not to tighten these up. Wait until everything's all lined up, because sometimes you tighten one end up and it doesn't line up well with the other side. But if you put them loose, they'll all go in and then they'll tighten up all properly together. Okay, so those are all good. I'm just going to tighten those now. So these hinges will up all the way, but what's going to keep the top from coming all the way is this side hinge. That's what's going to support it as it comes up. So we're going to put that piece in next. So this goes flat one way and it bends the other way. So if I look at the top, and on the top I can see little screw holes here for these, and I should be able to see on the top 2 screw holes for this hinge as well. So that is going to be on the left-hand side. So this hinge is screw holes are right above each other. So it's going to have to figure out how this goes. I always get this confused, and so this is good to walk through, trying to figure out. This hinge will go that way, or it's this way. And that's the right my memory is. It bends forward and then comes back. Bends forward. So I'm going to take this as it's bent and I'm going to put the bottom side right in there. Instructions don't really show bending forward or backwards, and so it's a little unclear, but you'll see again on these brackets, the hinge is on, they're both on the same side, so that's going to be on the wood side, and it bends forward like that. So I'm going to put those screws right in there. Once again, I'm not tightening those until everything's all good. So now I'm going to put the screws in for the top. Probably would have been easier to put hinges on this piece first. If I was to be showing anybody how to do this. Yeah, that part becomes obvious right now, actually. So I'm going to take these off. I think I didn't tighten them. Actually, I did tighten them. And I'm going to put those hinges on the top piece first. And you'll see in a second why that makes things so much easier.
Yeah, no, it doesn't definitely need to be done.
Yeah.
To the very tip.
Okay. And then if it doesn't have to be done, like, well, then sometimes Nathan are coming, then.
Okay, that's closed. I'll do the same thing here as I did.
He said just when you're done, if you're not just going off it or something, just put it back in there.
Okay.
But you reset it. I'm trying to do, I think I ordered, where did you park today?
In the thing, the parking lot.
Ready for people to go down and let you off. So, for the rest, yeah. You can mail that. That's what you need.
can see how much easier it is to install these this way as opposed to the way I was originally trying to do it. And I didn't tighten those up just to make sure there's room to move, and I can see I do have to slide that over just a little bit. Lid is on. Now we just need to attach this hinge. Just where that is, it's easier to use this.
Dime, mi hermano. ¿Cómo que para allá?
So hindsight is king. If I were to do that again, I'd probably put that side hinge, I'd probably attach it to the top first. So in all your pieces, these two back hinges and the side hinge, attach them to the top to make it easier. It's installed and it locks into place. And then push it forward. I just need to tighten those hinges. And there is your storage bin assembly. thank you for purchasing it. I hope it assembles well for you, and I hope it gives you years of enjoyment. Thanks again.